Hi, my name is Alexis Hill, and I'm here with Faithfully Restored because my mother, Tanya Moore Young, took her life on July 8th, 2021.
What do you want people to know about suicide?
I want people to know that suicide is not a moral failing, that we all have been at times where we've been depressed or anxious, might have even contemplated suicide or just had suicidal thoughts. That is very common, and it's important for people to know the commonality of it because people won't feel alone. And so we want to talk about suicide. We want to reduce the stigma when it comes to even bringing up the word and letting people know that there's a safe space for them to go, that there are resources available, and that we all collectively can support and love on one another if someone is dealing with a suicidal thought.
What are some of the warning signs someone you love might be dealing with suicidal thoughts?
Yeah, so someone that might be suicidal, there's quite a few different signs, and it's so important to make sure that you catch them. One sign may be that they are sleeping more, sleeping less, or that they're eating more, eating less. They might have an increase in taking drugs or alcohol. If there's been a pretty steady or consistent period where they've had a really, really low mood, and then all of a sudden they're very upbeat and excited, that could be a sign that they have accepted the decision to end their life, and then it's just a matter of time. That happened with my mom the last time I saw her. I just remember her giving me a really tight hug, letting me know that she's going to be okay. And it was weird because she had months and months and months of showing us and telling us the complete opposite. But it's almost like I had that glimmer of hope that, okay, things are about to turn and she's going to get better. But research shows that that's actually a sign that they've accepted their decision and that they probably just wanted to say their last goodbyes. So making sure that we notice what those signs are, we're aware of what they are, is critical to preventing someone from taking their life and getting them the help that they need.
What would you say to someone who is suicidal?
I would say that you are not alone. If you are having suicidal thoughts, talk to someone. Make sure that you find somebody that you can trust. If you don't feel like there's someone within your immediate circle that you feel comfortable with opening up to, there are resources out there such as 988. That is the mental health crisis line. Whether you are even in a crisis, you don't have to be in a crisis at that time or think about suicide at that time. But if you just want someone to talk to, 988 does have professionals that you can call and they'll listen. If you do want resources, they can provide that as well. But most importantly, if you're talking to someone that is dealing with suicide, you don't want to spend the whole time talking or, sharing your story. You want to listen. Be an active listener. That's the best way to be proactive in noticing maybe some words that they're saying, like I feel like I'm a burden or I want to end my life, so then you can react appropriately.
How do you think the conversation around faith and suicide needs to change?
That's a really good question. A lot of people go to church for hope, whether it's dealing with a divorce or is dealing with another loss in their family to suicide or wherever the case is. People want to go to church knowing that they are loved and accepted because God loves and accepts them. So in the church setting, I encourage all churches to talk about mental health. Just think about how powerful that is if a pastor goes up in service one day and says, I've been dealing with depression. I had to talk to a Christian counselor, or I had to talk to a therapist, or I had to go seek help and resources to help me. That just shows that we are all still human. We might be spiritual beings, but at the end of the day, God created us to be humans, to have feelings and emotions that are going to go up and down just like waves. So churches, please, please, please be more conscious about what you're saying when it comes to mental health. Let's try not to stigmatize it, but encourage people to come to you so that you can guide them down the appropriate path of getting them professional help. So we want to normalize it and not stigmatize it.
How has your faith played a role in this journey?
My faith played a huge role with me even grieving and understanding what is happening. After mommy passed away, I did have some very, very dark thoughts, but God just continued to remind me that my story on earth does not end here, that I am meant to do something big and great, and that I was created to help people so that they don't experience the same emotion, that they don't experience the same situation. So my faith really did strengthen significantly going through this journey, and I've honestly found beauty in the grief. I learned more about myself. I learned what I am supposed to do. I learned how to love myself again, and know that my journey is just beginning on what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm stepping into my purpose, and God really showed me that light.
On behalf of Faithfully Restored, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.